Um, we're so back. It's been a good little minute, and I think we might title this video maybe like "What have I learned in college?" Maybe, cause and that's actually that's just kind of help us get a little crosswalk, I guess, crossway into the video. Yeah, sorry I haven't been uploading a lot lately. I usually am pretty locked in school, I'd say, and usually I have a little more time, but school's ending, so finals been coming up and I've had a lot of final papers and final presentations, whatnot. So I am like a student first, so I had to be like somewhat locked in on that. Um, so yeah, that's what I've kind of been up to. I mean, really just like this morning actually I had a 5 minute presentation I had in a class, and I didn't make speaker notes, so I kind of just was going off slides and just winging it, but I felt pretty good about it. It was off this 7 page paper. It was in sociology, actually a terrible thing. But yeah, so I've been kind of that's what I've been kind of up to lately. I guess what else has happened in my life since I mean, I say it hasn't even been a week since I last recorded a video. It just feels like a long because I was trying to get them a little more out, a little faster, but with school and everything, it's just been kind of hard. But we're gonna get back on track as the summer gets into things. Because obviously of the summer is a little more free time to kind of do free range. I'm not working on assignments, not as many little events and stuff that because I try to be somewhat like into events, which kind of leads me into what have I learned in college. Well, we're rounding up the second year of me being in college. Um, it's definitely been a weird 2 years, I'd say, in my life. I would say a lot of things have changed. Um, just really, I think maybe we should retitle this. Maybe yeah, let's retitle this right now. I think this might be the first time I've really like switched the title like that so fast. Maybe reflecting my first 2 years in college, reflecting on my first 2 years in college. That could be a good title video. Maybe that will bring like maybe the thumbnail. Thumbnail usually it's kind of just I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Um, yeah, I guess just reflecting. I was actually looking at a picture of me coming into college. I look a lot different. Little frog. I look a lot different than what I do like now, I guess, because when I was like going into college, um, I guess like just like looking, yeah, those first few pictures. I mean, I didn't have like I know I just got my nose pierced. Oh, I didn't have any facial hair because in like high school, all throughout high school and stuff, I went to school. I wasn't allowed to have facial hair. Like I had to shave it, so that was just normal for me. So I had always shaved it. So I didn't have facial hair. My haircut was different. It wasn't long in the back. It wasn't like this in the front. It was a lot different. I was a little bit smaller in terms of like strength wise. Um, but yeah, so it's been a different 2 years. I think I've learned a lot since going out to college, especially that like going into like I've been saying I've been doing a lot more events. That's definitely something I didn't. My freshman year, I didn't do it a lot. I was barely at any kind of events. I liked kind of being in my room, and that's like my own fault a little bit. When you're in college, you gotta like go out to stuff. Like I'd be going out to stuff on my campus all the time. Trying to like meet people, make friends. I got a good little friend group here. Living in Oklahoma for 2 years. I mean, I would say I've definitely grown more fond of Oklahoma since getting here, but I still think it's like Texas is still like a way better state. Like it's still just like a poverty version of Texas, if we're being real here. Like, yeah, y'all got casinos, but guess what? Everyone who yeah, will come up here, gamble, and then we'll leave. Like that's what people do. So yeah, definitely looking at it like that. What have I actually like legitimately learned? I think for nursing, obviously I've learned a lot. I've been in a lot of classes. I guess reflecting back on that. Um, what else have I really changed? I think I've become more knowledgeable since I got to college. I've been in a few sociology, psychology classes. Actually, the one I was doing in class today was actually really good, and it was talking about conformity and peer pressure in everyday life. Which, if you don't know what that is, which I mean, I'm guessing it's just like it's trying to explain what I used it to. I connected to sociology, which using the oh my gosh, the social influence theory, which is that it's why people react in certain situations to certain different things. Like, when I was talking about conformity and peer pressure, it was kind of like the idea that you know, you see how some people act different around other people. You know, you have code switching. You know, people be acting different. I mean, crap, I'll act different to some people than I do to other people, but that's just kind of how it is. And I was just doing that over that. That was a good thing we learned about today. But I mean, it's really a lot that I've learned. Like, I feel like maybe that there's like a lot of degenerates. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess, yeah, I think we need to keep it more to like just reflecting. I think I've learned that there's a few things. Definitely, I mean, I don't even know. Like, maybe talking about how college is definitely hard. Don't let someone tell you that like college is, it's definitely more like fun, but like it's still hard. Um Nursing isn't easy, you know. That's not very fun. So I mean, that's partly my own fault for putting myself in that. But you might be wondering, what am I doing today? I didn't even get back from the gym. I was like, today was like, I just got doing my presentation and stuff, and I was like, I ate lunch and I was like, okay, I kind of have like some time where I don't have to do anything, because today's my rest day from the gym, and my roommate was in there trying to sleep, so I'm like, I'm not gonna record a video and like make him sit there and like have to hear me while he's trying to sleep. So I thought I'd do him the courtesy of coming out to my car, which, to be honest, I kind of like filming my car anyway. I feel like this is where I film a lot of my videos, so I feel I'd say a little more comfortable. You know, I had someone actually tell me about videos about how they're being too long, and you know, I would love to be like, oh yeah, let me make them like shorter for like but like, to be honest, most of the time I feel like it's a good, like, a lot of it, I need time to ramble on, because like, yeah, maybe I could cut out some of me rambling on as I am right now, but I feel like it helps get a better understanding of the central idea that I try to talk about in each of my videos, which, I mean, today isn't something crazy like that. I mean, is there anything else I really wanted to go over while I was in here? Like, I'm trying to think about stuff, because, you know, I haven't been brainstorming as much either, just because I've been so locked in, which obviously I still have plenty of ideas of stuff that I want to do, which I still don't know what I want to do for 100 subscribers, because we're inching on closer and closer. I figure we'll probably hit that in the next week or two, or, you know, maybe we'll get an influx or something. Who knows? I mean, it kind of just up and down, up and down. Like, I had like I jumped up to 60, and then it stayed, and then it jumped up again, and then it stayed, then jumped. It's kind of just like, it's weird how it works. It's weird seeing like who views and like what videos do and don't. You know, I haven't really, clickbait does work. That is a real thing that works. But yeah, nothing too crazy learned at college. Maybe that gosh, the world is expensive, man. Growing up these days is rough. Everything's so expensive. Gas is expensive. Food is expensive. Groceries are expensive. Everything's expensive, and I'm tired of it. Let's take a stand. I mean, I say, what am I gonna do? Um, yeah, we're not taking a stand. It's over for that. But over these past 2 years at college, I think I've learned. Actually, you know, I could talk on a few things. I think a big thing I learned, you know, this is a good little tidbit of advice. Um, Actually, maybe we'll save that for a full video. That could be a full video. Insight into the next people, into the next video. Don't lose yourself trying to chase others. Ooh, that kind of sounds nice, because I do want to talk about that, because that's a big thing, and I think I have learned better on that stuff being in college. Not even just myself, but being around people who it's happened to. You know, you can see someone almost throw themselves away trying to go after someone, which is a good topic and something you shouldn't do. Also, I had some people talk to me about saying that maybe I don't follow my own opinion, or like I don't follow my own advice from my videos. Someone was like, well, that's not what you say in your videos. And I was like, I made the videos. I think I'm subject to go, just because I say it's good advice doesn't mean I need to follow it, because I don't always have to follow good advice. Sometimes I know the good advice and I follow the wrong advice, just because, you know, sometimes taking a chance, and that's my own fault. But yeah, so I'm exempt from that. Doesn't count, you know. I'm giving out good information. Just because you might see me going against something I say to do doesn't mean that it's what I said was wrong. It probably just means that I'm being a jackass and not listening to my own advice, which I tend to do sometimes. But because in the moment I feel like I always tell myself like, yeah, I know better, as if I do know better and I'm doing the wrong thing. Like, I'm not going to get into specifics about what I was doing that was going against my own program as such, but yeah, I'm exempt from that. Doesn't count, you know. We're just going to put that out there. Yeah, the next video I think is definitely going to be Don't Lose Yourself, Chase. That's going to be a good video. I think we might go into another, like, that might be another Socrates-esque video. You know how I had my, what was it called? Self-reflection. That was a good one. That was really a little bit more self-reflection, you know, like, obviously I didn't want to get into that all of today. Like, when I talk about reflecting, I wasn't going to go into the ins and outs of my entire emotional and spiritual journey and what I reflected on. I'm not going to go all into that in the video because, I mean, I could go into that at some point, but I think that would be longer, like a 30-minute video, and maybe something that, like, I think that'd be better as like a podcast rather than, which, you know, podcast, should I turn to a podcast too? Should we look at that? Possibly, maybe so, maybe not, who knows? But I think that's all we're going to get into today. Nothing too much today. I just want to put out there, kind of see who's listening, see, like, kind of put where I'm at right now. You know, I like to have my viewers know what's up, maybe just kind of reflect over a little bit of what I've learned, maybe, and then give a little insight to the next video. But I think that's what we're going to call it wraps for the day. I already watched the new Invincible episode, season ender. You know, it was a good episode, but, you know, could always wish for a little more, but now we got to wait another year, so that's kind of, like, not exciting. The Boys is still happening, though, so I'm going to go watch that episode. I'm already, like, halfway through, but yeah, I think we're just going to call it wraps right there, so